Yo, what's going on, everyone? I was just getting some work done, and I was like, you know what? Why don't I see? Somebody was asking a whole bunch of questions on my on some of my videos, so it's like, why don't I see if I could do a live stream for everyone who's down under in Australia, New Zealand, over in Europe, over in India, because a large part of my viewers are from over there. And that means when I'm doing my live stream Saturday mornings with Dale, Sundays Ask M, you guys don't really get them. So you got to watch the replay. So I was like, can't sleep yet. It's like 1:10. I'll probably do this for like 20 minutes, 30 minutes max. But if you are from overseas and you want to chat live, Q&A, we can talk Kindle, we can talk self-publishing, we can talk YouTube, we can talk whatever. I just figured I'd give all of you who are on the other side of the pond a chance to, have an Ask M Q&A session. And it not being 4 in the morning for you, as I know some of you somehow stay up for my Sunday sessions. I'm going to share this on Facebook really quick just to let people know we're around. But I see some people joining us now. So, hey, where are you watching me from? Is anyone else actually up stateside, at 1 in the morning? Or are those all overseas? Stumbled across this. I'm from the UK. Hello. I make most of my money with Kindle publishing. If you don't know what that is, I find books that I want to have people write about. I outsource the writing and then just publish them up on Amazon. And somebody's from Arizona, that's cool. And but yeah, so that's how I make most of my money. And I have a course that teaches people how to do that. Of course, that brings in a large chunk of my money, but I'm still an active Kindle publisher. From Egypt, from Singapore, there we go. All right, so I'm guessing it's probably early morning for over in Egypt, Singapore. I think probably, what are you guys, like 12 hours ahead of us, I think. But yeah, so hello, other side of the globe. How's it going? How can I get access? Let me drop you the link. I'll show you. All the info's there. Alvin, 3 p.m. man. All right, so it's like your daytime, huh? Alvin, I think you've been on a few of my Sunday shows. I think. Great. Good morning from the UK. Anyways, Dasbo, great to meet you, my man. And yeah, it's 9 in the morning. Hey man, no worries. If you kind of like what you're seeing on my channel, please subscribe and ask me anything. I always respond to questions that people leave in the comments and stuff for pretty much all the videos. So I'm an open book. But let me share this on Facebook so I can let some people know that we're doing this impromptu live. I couldn't sleep. I was doing some work and it's like, let me see if anyone's around who wants to chat really quick. And where's my link here? How do I do this? All right, there we go. Share. UK. So if you got any questions, go ahead, ask them in the chat box. I'm just posting that we're live right now on my Facebook. Live right now. All right. What's going on? Cool. So let's take a look. All right. Yeah, we got morning. What type of books Do you publish? Are they mainly fiction or secret? No, I do primarily nonfiction. So my course is really structured around nonfiction. I just had more of an interest in nonfiction books. I wasn't a big time reader, so that's why fiction didn't really kind of interest me. There are some people inside the Blueprint that do fiction writing. If you're looking for pure fiction, I could definitely recommend some channels and some things to check out for you, Dasbo. But I like nonfiction. That's just, kind of what I ended up getting into there. JT, how you doing? What do you think of the strategy of putting a few books, like the first in a series, in Kindle Unlimited, but keeping the rest? I think that's keeping the rest out of the series, or the rest in the series out of KDP Kindle Unlimited. I think you're onto something. I think that's kind of cool. It's a way, like I always price in my series, when I was dabbling with fiction a little, I only had a couple books, but the first one I had always at 99 cents. I always had that first book. It's like you give away the first one, right? Because you just want it so good that they'll buy the next books. So yeah, no, you could definitely do something like that. I'm experimenting. I'm taking off all my books off Kindle Unlimited right now. I'm just letting their 90-day contract run out and putting them up on Smashwords and what's that other one that Dale's always talking about? Not Pronoun. They just went under Drafted Digital. So so I'm excited about seeing what happens with that. All right, Funny Planet Funny. What's the best niche to write about? I go with something you're interested in. The only reason I say something you're interested in, and it doesn't have to be something you're extremely passionate about or anything like that. It can just be something that you have some sort of interest in, because you're gonna promote it more. You're gonna care about it more. So I always go with something you're going to have a bit more interest in, because my main niche that, it's like my bread and butter. It's something I'm passionate about. I'm not even passionate about. It's just something I enjoy doing. It's fun. Versus if I was trying, if I was to do like dog training, I wouldn't do that well because I have zero interest in dog training, right? I think those type of things where you could kind of publish a book in niches you had zero interest in it about and still make money, those were a few years ago. I don't know anybody who's really having long-term success with that method anymore. What's the best strategy for nonfiction book? What's the best price strategy for nonfiction books on Kindle? So for ebooks, $2.99. All my ebooks are priced at $2.99. CreateSpace a little different, and that's where nonfiction publishers make the majority of their money. It's on their paperback sales. So I'm an advocate for publishing slightly longer books, so 10,000 words or longer, because you can price them a lot higher, anywhere from 15 to, what's my highest book at? I think like $32 or $33 is my highest book. And so that's where I make the majority of my royalties, from paperback sales. Health looks like a heavily saturated market. That means it's a bad thing. No, I got a video. I think, Dasbo, there's a playlist. It's like playlist for beginners or newbie friendly or something like that. It'll kind of bring you up to speed with a lot of that. But health and fitness it is a very saturated market, but it's also one of the most profitable markets you can get into, right? But because of that, it is so hard for new publishers to break ground. So I'm an advocate for not diving into that niche, or self-help, or like cookbooks or something like that's going to be kind of mainstream right away. I think it's always better to find something that's going to be smaller. You know, I don't want to say less saturated because it kind of scares people off, but just a smaller niche that is not going to be so mainstream that you can publish a couple books in, get practice, learn how the publishing works, learn how everything works, make your mistakes, but you can still start making a little bit of money. And then once you understand this whole process, then you have experience. And then that's how you can kind of break into more of those heavily competitive markets. I think competitive would be a better term than saturated. Funny Planet, funny. What do you think? I'm assuming about Lulu Publishing platform. They have many channels, like KDP is one of them. Yeah, I think go for it. I think I don't know. Does Lulu do ebooks or do they only do paperback and hardcovers? Look, I'm publishing on Ingram Spark, or as I like to call it, Ingram Sparks, and I got one book on there. I just checked. I sold like 96 paperback copies. The book's priced at like $25, $26 or something. I make like $6 or $7 off of it, I think. And, you know, that's off Ingram Sparks, whereas off at CreateSpace, I've sold like 6 copies. So I had my assistant put every single one of my books in that niche up on Ingram Sparks. We got the ISBNs for them, and you know, we had to. They're definitely trickier than CreateSpace. The formatting, we had to kind of clean them up a little bit to meet their standards. But man, I'm hoping sales continue that good for all of the books. Hey, where's everyone from? Those of you who are coming on who are new, I want to know what part of the world are you all at? Alvin, hey man, quite daunted by the technical process involved in Amazon publishing. If I read something wrong or make no sense, it's because it's 1:20 in the morning. Formatting publishing on Amazon. Is it possible to test publish on Amazon so I could get a feel for the whole process? Man, it's a piece of cake, Alvin. Piece of cake, okay? Listen, I have a formatting video that will show you how to format a book in under 10 minutes. Okay, I think it's my most watched video. Watch that. Trust me, a monkey can figure it out. Publishing on Amazon, if you have figured out how to type that question in my live stream, you can publish a book on Amazon. Okay, man? You're overthinking it. Trust me, you can do it. And the fastest way to learn is by action, right? Just go do it. Heading over to your course now. I'll definitely be back. Hey, man, no worries. Nice to meet you. What's the best program to use to format a book? I use Microsoft Word on my Mac. So, hey, Arslan, what part of Canada are you from? East Coast, West Coast? Just going to jump over Facebook, see if anyone's commented. All right. Okay. Oops. All right, where are my chats? Alberta, Canada. All right, that's cool. I got a brother who lives in up in Fort Mac. And so what other questions do you guys have? Said I do this for about 20-30 minutes or so because it is late. The family, they're over at the in-laws tonight, so I was watching some was it Highway Through Hell? Love that show. And I was getting some work done, so I was like, hey, let me go see what's going on YouTube. See if I do a little Q&A session for everyone who's overseas, and see if I can help answer some questions and connect with a few people over there. Let me just see if there's some questions here. All right, here. So somebody just posted this question, Lucy, inside my Facebook group for my course. She says, my book wasn't selling very well. I put it on a promotion and I got 120 downloads the first day. Should I publish another book with this keyword? I wanted to leave the niche altogether. Good morning. I'm going to type answering this live on my channel. Now, all right. So she'll put it on promo, got 120 downloads first day, publish another book using that keyword. So first I'd say, okay, so you got 120 downloads. One, hopefully you got your email lead magnet and system set up for that, because you should be collecting some emails. Two, what happened to day 2, 3, 4, and 5 on your 5-day free promotion? Right? Because that's what's taught in the course, 5-day free promotion. How many downloads did you get on those days? Lost count. Whatever the next number is, next, okay, now you have to give it 2 weeks to settle down into Amazon, figure out where it's going to come into place. But you have to go through the whole process, right? You're ranking at 99 cents, ranking at free promotion, ranking, those two things. And then see where it sets into place. You can't just judge it in between, right? It takes about 2 to 4 weeks for a book to fall into place on Amazon for you to figure out, is it going to be good or not? But you should have your, Lucy, if you're watching, I think it was Lucy. Lucy, if you're watching, you should have your keyword stack built. So I'd say yes, go and publish the next book. Because if you did your homework right, you did your keyword research right, you know that the keywords you're publishing in are profitable. So just trust the process. Publish your next couple books using whatever keyword. You should probably at the first level of the keyword stack. So publish your next few books at that level, and stick with it. I don't know why you'd want to get out of that niche unless it's something you just absolutely can't stand. But would you like it if it was making more money? But it sounds like you just got to be a little bit more patient. You can, if Lucy, you got a follow-up question, just message here on the live chat, as long as you don't talk about any strategies we talk about inside the course here, or if you got a specific question that's going to relate to something that we talked about inside the blueprint, just message me back in the Facebook group. All right, my Canadian brother. Do you have a video on advertising on Facebook for Kindle books? Man, I don't. Not yet. I just started doing that myself, and it's been going good. I've paused my ads right now because they do require constant monitoring, and I just finished training my VA on how to manage the Facebook ads for the books and everything. So I'll probably get those going again, but I don't have any videos on that yet. The reason I don't is because I really focus on helping people get to that first 0 to 1,000. And I don't want to have people getting all confused who are starting publishing thinking, oh, I got to spend all this money on Facebook ads and stuff like that. It's just not true. So I don't have any videos on that yet. But I'm sure I will eventually. Can you give us more website to publish ebooks besides KDP if that's allowed by Amazon? So you can publish your ebooks on anything. Like Draft2Digital is probably your best bet. So Draft2Digital or Smashwords. Those are your two best bets. They kind of go to like iBooks and Google Play Store and branch out. They also go to KDP as well. So that's where you'd want to go. Just remember, you cannot be part of the Kindle Unlimited, the KDP Select program, if you publish on those other platforms, because well, that's just a breach of the contract that you have with Amazon. So make sure your books have expired, or they've just ran out their contract, or just don't put them on that contract in the first place. All right. Any other questions you guys have, guys and girls? We can talk about anything. It can be Kindle stuff. It can be, I don't know, YouTube stuff, money-making stuff, personal growth stuff. Talk about your favorite weather. We ain't talk about your favorite weather. That'd be boring. Let me see if there's some other questions in the Facebook group that I'll just answer here. All right. Okay. So Joshua, he asks, how do you know if a book is dead or not? Probably safe to say this one didn't hit the mark, huh? Seems to be on its deathbed, and that's okay. Just wanted to know if it's possible to pick it up or if that's it for this one. So I don't know how to really show you the screenshot. So looks like he's shown the first sales come in October 30th. He probably did some promotional stuff, and then they kind of dwindled off. Listen, my rule of thumb is I don't judge a book if it's dead for 2 to 4 weeks after I'm done promotions. It takes time to set into place, and you know what? This is also it's Josh's first book. Your first book, if you've seen my video, your first book always sucks. It's always the worst. My first book sucked. Most people's first book sucked. Now, hey, some people are going to hit their first book out of the park. Awesome, great. But the number one thing you got to remember, you're going to be learning. You're going to make mistakes. So don't judge your results on your first book. Just get that second, third, and fourth book published as soon as you can, because you're going to notice that every single book you do does a little bit better, a little bit better, and a little bit better. Adrian asks, what's your opinion on children's niche besides images from the point of profitability? So I think any market is profitable if you market any niche, any niche is profitable if you market to that specific niche. So kids books can be extremely profitable if you market them properly. I did some kids books early in the year. They did great. You know, it was the coolest thing, because I'd have parents emailing me, hey, when's the next one coming out? It was the only little fiction series I've ever done. They were just short stories. And parents would email, hey, when's the next one coming out? Or I'm reading this, you know, to my 5-year-old grandson and just loves your books. The coolest thing in the world to know that they think that much of the book. So I'd probably get back into the kids' books. You know, I think it was kind of a cool thing. I just got distracted and you know, decided to move away from it. But children's books, that niche can be a very, very, very profitable niche for sure. Okay, I began making some videos to begin to bring some traffic to my books from YouTube. Hey, cool. Is YouTube a good tool to promote your books? Are you using your pen name? Like, do you use your pen name? See, I know some people do use YouTube to promote their books, so I know it does work. If you're looking at building a brand around your books, and you're kind of gonna dive deep in your niche with whatever it is, then yeah, YouTube would be a great way to promote your books and connect with what you're doing is you're connecting with your audience. You're connecting with your readers. That's the only reason you use YouTube. To connect with your readers, to promote your books, to promote your brand. So as long as you're doing that, I think it's good. If you're not doing that, then I think it would be just like my books. My books are all pen name books. I couldn't promote any of the books that I have on pen name on this YouTube channel. It would not make sense. It would not do the channel any good, and nobody would be interested in the books. I could start another YouTube channel under my pen name that's completely unrelated to this channel and connect with my readers and everything there. That would work. So you just have to make sure that it's aligned properly. Does that answer your question there, bud? Hopefully. Okay, so Lulu does have ebooks and paperbacks. Go for it. Like I say, go for it, right? Like being a business owner is just testing out stuff. So go for it. I just haven't gotten an experience with Lulu. For some reason, I thought they were only paperback and hardcovers. So all good. I'll take a few more questions. Just go ahead, type them in the little comment chat box there. Okay, this is a good one. Adrian posted inside our Facebook group in the blueprint. I found a few profitable niches, but one of these profitable niches, all the authors have 300 plus pages with images. I was thinking about going in, but I considered it a very time-consuming process to find the images, which would fit and everything that goes along with it. What are your thoughts? What would I do? So I would say, do the images have to make, if you remove the images, what's left in the book? Okay, certain books need images, right? If you're doing like a workout book, you're going to need, having pictures of images, pictures of the workout brings more value to the book. That makes sense. Okay, cookbooks, I won't buy a cookbook that doesn't have images. For me, doesn't work. I need images in a cookbook. If you're doing books on like computer stuff, probably don't need images in that. So I'd really look, because here's the thing, right? Just because everyone else has 300 page plus books and images doesn't mean you need to. You could do the 100 page book with no images, but narrowed down to a specific point that no one else is touching on. That could be your thing that stands out, and where everyone else is going this direction, you're going this direction. So I'd say try to find a way that you can do it differently. So, all right. Okay, yeah, it does. I really only started YouTube because I thought it'd be the best way to begin to build my brand. Yeah, man. So yeah, if you're building your brand and your books are tied into your brand and everything, keep going. I hope I'm not getting it wrong here, but yeah, if you're using YouTube, you started YouTube because you thought it'd be the best way to begin to build your brand, then yeah, like, how did I start building my personal brand, right? I filmed a video of me and posted it on YouTube. That's it, right? And YouTube is the primary source of where people find out about me. It's where I build my brand. I spend most of my time on YouTube because that's where I'm getting, most of my traffic from. So, yeah. So what to do with KDP or Lulu? Well, just do both. Funny Planet, funny. Just do both. Once your books are not in KDP Select anymore in the 90-day program, once the contract's over, put them on Lulu as well, and then put them on Drafted Digital and put them on Smashwords and see what happens. Go Sue Fines. Answer your question quick, or ask your question. Put them on both, and create space over KDP print, 100%. I think I have a couple videos on that, but yeah, create space over KDP print. Expanded distribution is just so key right now, and Amazon is still figuring out KDP print. So I'm just not a fan of it yet. Who knows what'll happen? I could even see Dale Roberts did a great discussion on Create Space dying. I could see CreateSpace dying over the next 2 years, and KDP Print being Amazon's sole printing on demand platform. It makes no sense for CreateSpace to be around. Like 0 cents for Amazon. It's just dumb, right? So, but right now, KDP Print does not have expanded distribution. It's easier to format on CreateSpace. It's you get paid 30 days instead of every 60 days. There's so many. Check my videos, Ghostly Vines, and on that topic. But I'm definitely an advocate for CreateSpace for right now. Except sometimes their printing sucks. I got one of my books. I got to call them and tell them to send me another one because I was not happy with the quality of the book. Like the pages were a little off, and the cut on the cover was a little rough. And yeah, I was not happy. And I got one from Ingram Spark, and the book was perfect. Book was perfect. Mind you, the paper was too thin, so I had to up the paper pound to 70 pounds. I think it was at 50 pounds before. That was the only complaint I had with that. But the book, the pages were even and everything. So I'm a stickler for quality when it comes to my brand. I don't like complaints that I can't control. If I buy books for distributing in my local stores, will it cost me more? I did that. I ordered bulk through CreateSpace. You just order copies, you get them, for a couple bucks. Ship them to yourself, and then I just went around to stores and it's like, here you go. Here's some bucks for you. Put them on your shelf. If you want more, just call me. And went around to a couple mom and pop stores. Some took them, some didn't. So you can definitely do that. CreateSpace is all set up for that. You can. I called them in the beginning because I had a store reach out to me and I wasn't sure how to like fulfill them, and so I called them. They were super helpful. CreateSpace was, and they're like, "Yeah, no, this is how you do it. This is how we send them. We won't send any pricing information when we ship the book, so you don't have to worry about that." And yeah, the guy was so helpful, but. They're all set up for that because that's what they want, right? So, all right. Hey guys, I'm gonna wrap up. It's 1:40, and I got a big day tomorrow. Got a lot of filming to do, and everything. But hey, thank you so much for joining me. And if I'm ever up again at 1 a.m. or 1:30, I will try to get on YouTube Live for everyone from over in India, awesome, and over in the UK and everywhere else over on that side of the world. So enjoy your day, everybody. I am gonna go have what is, I hope, a very, very restful sleep. Good night.